Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Chud Smith. And that is, I take photos of strangers. Yes, I process the photo myself. I've got a printing machine. I print it out, and then I do some very interesting things with the photos.
Okay, so what kind of enhancements do you do to it?
Okay, well, I'll give you one example. There's a man who I sit opposite the train on the way to work,
Mm-hmm.
and I secretly took a photo of him.
Okay.
And I went home and I printed off the photo and I put it on top of Hermann Goering's body.
Okay. Was it something about him that made you do that, or is this a kind of route you always go down?
I think it was his vulnerability. He was so nonchalant going to work, as if he didn't have a care in the world. So with that particular gentleman, I created a life-size version of Hermann Goering with his face on the top, and then I did a full-size model of it, and I took photos of myself having dinner with him.
Is the end result you're aiming for these models and these activities that you do with these models?
I think the end result is my own thrill.
Right.
I find it thrilling to take photos of people when they're unaware, especially if they're vulnerable. I had various photos of the man who sat opposite me on the train and having dinner with Hermann Goering. And then I printed these off, and I placed one on each of the bottom of my shoes. And when I went to work the next day, I saw that he was positioned in his normal place on the train, and I put my boots up on the table so that he could see. I had a picture of him as Hermann Goering having dinner with me. And do you know what he did?
What did he do?
He moved seats. Well, I moved next to him, and he said, why are you following me? And I said, because I have a secret. And he says, what's the secret? And I said, this. And I took off my hat, and in the interior of the hat was a picture of him and me having dinner with him as Hermann Goering.
Are you still in contact with this person after all that?
Well, I've noticed he doesn't take that train anymore. And I noticed that there was a woman, an elderly woman, who was sat a bit further up the carriage. I positioned myself. I says, how do you do, madam? And then secretly, with my buttonhole camera, I took a number of photos of her. So I went home that night and I developed the photos. I put her face on the head of Harold Shipman. And then I created a life-size model. But not just one, I created hundreds. In fact, I turned it into wallpaper. And I have a whole living room of wallpaper of this woman's face on Harold Shipman's body. So anyway, I took a little video of it and me laughing like this. Luckily, the woman was on the train again. So I sat opposite her, and then I said, I have a little surprise for you. She said, what? And I said, this. And I showed her the video of my living room completely covered in wallpaper with her face on Harold Shipman's body. She said, you're a freak. I thought, young people have no manners. And the gentleman who I put on the sole of my boot, and I was able to find his Facebook. And I bombarded it with him, pictures of him as Hermann Goering having dinner with me. He blocked me.